Hi everybody, Cliff Barron from Remax here with my update for Milton, Georgetown, Glen Williams for May 23rd to the 29th, 2021. And before I get to that, I'm going to talk about something that happened a few years ago. My kids are on, TikTok all the time or whatever, and they showed me this video of these birds like just flying into the chimney of a house, and they were like, check this out. And I said, hey, that reminds me of something that happened to me a few years ago. I was representing the buyers of a property just north of Milton, in between Milton and Georgetown, rural property, about an acre and a half or so, really good clients of mine. And we did the deal. It was a really nice property, about an acre and a half with a pool, about 3,000 square feet. The sellers were selling it because it was their second home and they were going through a divorce. They lived in the city of Toronto, so they were rarely at this house, and we did the deal. I think it was in July or June or something like that. Rural property on a septic and well and everything. So anyways, we did the deal, and always before closing we do a revisit. So we did a revisit maybe a week or two before closing, and we're looking around the house. Everything's good. You got to keep in mind this house it's fully furnished, but it's a summer home, so they're never really there. So, and because of the divorce, once the house sold, they never went there. So anyways, we're looking around the house. Everything's pretty good, and then we go into the basement, and I'm like, oh, holy cow, I couldn't believe it. So anyways, what happened was there was bird crap everywhere in the basement. What happened was a bird came in through the chimney into the basement, figured out there was no cover on the chimney. So they got into the basement. If it was one, two, I'm not sure, but we took a picture of one of them, just kind of staring at us. And they'd been in there for who knows how long, for maybe weeks, months, I don't know, but there was bird crap everywhere. The pool table was completely covered. Everything was covered in bird crap. It was just crazy. But anyways, that video reminded me of it. So we immediately called the agent and said, hey, we got some problems here. They came in and cleaned it all up, and everything was good, and everything closed, and they're still living there now, and they absolutely love the home, which is great to hear. So anyways, getting to, that's a little story for you, but getting to the sales for Milton, Georgetown, Glen Williams. How's the market? It's still good. It's starting to slow a little bit, like I was mentioning. Right now, it's funny because I'm getting agents are actually, I'm showing a property, and whereas about a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, when I would show a property, or about a month ago, month and a half ago, I'd show a property, I would never get a call back from the agent because they knew they were getting so many showings, so many offers coming in, they just didn't care. So they'd get 14, 15, 20 offers in. They'd have 50, 60, 70, 100 showings. They couldn't care less. They'd just sell it to whoever bid the most. But the amount of work they had to do was a lot less. But now I'm finding they're calling me. After I do a showing, just before the showing, the offer date, they're saying, hey, Cliff, are you going to come in with an offer? Which shows that they're not getting the response they were getting about a month and a half ago. So the market is slowing, but it's not dead, nothing like that. It's kind of getting more to a traditional market where it used to be, you'd sell for 98, 99% of asking price in a week or two, maybe 3 weeks. And it's getting kind of like that in some areas, but in some areas it's still going crazy. It's funny. It's really a weird market. It's starting to stabilize. It will slowly start to stabilize more, but for now, there's little pockets, like I was saying in the last video, where things are doing really well, and then other pockets where they're starting to just stabilize a little bit. So anyways, getting to the sales for Milton. Detached 23 sales, 1.433 on average. As you can see, the prices are still up there. So, there's no crash or anything like that. So you don't have to worry about that. 3 semis sold 970 on average, and 21 sales of townhouses, 865 on average. Numbers are still good. There's nothing to worry about there. And then in Georgetown and Glen Williams, there was one semi sold for 935. There was 7 sales of detached at 1.202. These are the newer, kind of Georgetown South area, newer 2 stories. And then the older detached, there was 6 sales, 967 on average. And there was an interesting sale in Georgetown recently on Main Street, the old church on Main Street, just south of the George there. The karate dojo just sold, finally, 1.5 million. They were asking 2.5, I think it was originally, so they came way down. But that's a big, interesting property and a big, interesting project to take on. So somebody did it. So anyways, so that's it. Any questions, let me know. I'll be doing another one next week. So any questions, let me know. Cliff Barron from Remax here again. And any questions, let me know. I just said it 3 times. Okay, take care. See ya.